Hello, good afternoon. It's Monday the 11th of August 2025, and as you can see today, don't know if anybody recognises this view if you've watched some of my previous videos, but I'm back in the Peak District and I'm actually standing right at the trig point, which is just here on Stanage Edge. Now, Stanage Edge is world famous for its outdoor activities. It's bouldering, climbing, hang gliding. You can probably see in the distance we've got some hang gliders. If I just zoom in a little bit, all sorts of kind of outdoor sports. It's walking, mountaineering, all that kind of thing. So I'm going to have a bit of a walk. I'm not sure how far I'm going to walk today, but if you saw my recent video walking from Red Myers Reservoir up to Stanage Pole, and actually they're quite high in the sky up there if you have a look. Can't see the screen, don't even know if I'm focusing right. Yeah, there we go. If you saw my recent walk from Red Myers Reservoir to Stanage Pole, the conifer plantation just at the side of the path as I was walking up is that plantation there. So I was walking up, the reservoirs are literally there, although you can't really see them. But Stanage Pole is somewhere over there. In fact, I think I can see it. Now, from the distance I am, which is, because I've got it on Zoom at the moment, which is here, that's quite a distance. I would say it's 2, maybe 3 miles. So I may or may not get to Stanage Pole, but I want to at least walk along some of this fantastic rocky outcrop that divides Sheffield, South Yorkshire with Derbyshire on the left there. And in fact, if you look very closely, I'll just do a 360. In fact, I'll put it back on standard. So you can see on this side, you know, you've got some grassland, you've got a big kind of grass plain there. And you can see there's lots of heather around here. If we look that way, that's Burbage Edge. So this is basically Stanage Edge that just continues, but it's called Burbage Edge. So that goes all the way along behind Higgertor and Call Walk, which is over there. I think that's Higgertor, and maybe Call Walk is there, and carries on to Millstone Edge above Hathersage. But so everything this side of the edge, pretty much, though we've got some moorland down here. I don't know if you can see all these midges. It's midge season. So let me go on wide angle. It's major midge season. Yeah, I'm getting swamped here. Yeah, let's get out of this area. But anything on that side, pretty much, there's no heather moorland because that is all limestone. And this side, as you can see here, this kind of dark grey is gritstone. So trying to find the easiest way down, because walking on here, you've got to have your wits about you. One wrong step and it's a broken ankle. So you know, you're not kind of walking along flat kind of pavement, footpaths, you know, nicely laid tarmac footpaths. With all of this is just uneven, rocky, rocky outcrops. So yeah, I think all those midges were swarming onto the fact that I'm sweating profusely because it's still hot today. Temperatures set to rise into the high 20s. In certain parts of the country, probably reaching the low 30s. I mean, we're about 1,000 feet above sea level here, so it's probably going to be more like 25 Celsius, but even that up here is, with no wind, is very warm. Now you can see as well, I kind of noticed this last year, a lot of the heather around here has actually died. So yeah, I'm not sure what the cause of that is. I made some guesses when I did one of my moorland walks last year, but yeah, I don't know. Let's get to the edge. And just give you that view there. And there's the, where is it? The trig point that I started from. And there, right down at the valley bottom, is the beautiful Hope Valley. Midges. Yeah, masses of them.
Why?
Yeah, I was stood over there and they just come round you.
Why are you there?
It's sweat. They like the water. When you're sweating, they come to you, and yeah. As soon as you start walking away, they'll kind of disappear. It's when you're stood that they come around you. Okay. So I was going to stand on that rock then, but I don't want to be attacked by swarms of midges again. So yeah. So again, to pick out some other yeah, just let me get on here. I think I'll try and get on this rock over here. Oh. Hiya. So you can see people hang gliding there. We zoom in, and so we can see our favourite Wayne Hill, Lewis Hill. And then we go left, Mamto, Mother Hill, just above Castleton, and then up there, and that is actually covered. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but I can see a massive heather on, that's Kinder Scout or Kinder Plateau. That's the highest point in the Peak District, over 2,000 feet above sea level. So yeah, and then the valley there, right in the distance, is the Vale of Edale. Again, I pointed these out on you know, just to here it was, I noticed it seems like the wind's picking up again. But the one positive thing of the wind picking up again is that the midges don't bother you. At least I hope they don't. So yeah, good quality footwear at any time of year is really vital to come out here. You don't want to be coming out here in flip-flops and, you know, inappropriate shoes. Got flying ants as well as midges. Got flying ants. Yeah, it's a little too hot. I mean, I've got water and food supplies on me, but I don't want to get... Did I say what time it was? When I started this video, it was about 1:30 in the afternoon. So we're getting to kind of peak heat, and I say there is a nice cool breeze that's just picked up, but you can still get sunstroke. So I may not go too far. Oh dear. Beautiful sky again. Just being out here, just surrounded by nature, it's just fantastic. Oh. And there's parking also just below Stanage Edge, down there, for people who, you can see a footpath that will bring you up here. Just there. But let's go to at least, I want to go to the, at least to the hang gliders there. It's quite funny though, every rock that juts out, you kind of want to go and stand on it. It's almost addictive. Oh. I mean, how some of those boulders, you know, which have been there for, well, since the last ice age anyway, at least 10,000 years, are still there, I have no idea. But gritstone is a very, very hard kind of sandstone. So whereas a lot of sandstone can be quite soft, gritstone is very, very hard wearing, which is why the factories down in Sheffield, steel factories, used to use the millstone to grind and to sharpen the knives, the cutlery. So there was iron ore here. There were fast-flowing rivers, all surrounding the city. So great for providing water power before the Industrial Revolution. And then there were these big rocky outcrops that provided of millstone grit that provided the millstones to grind, not just to grind, sharpen the blades, the knives, all the farming equipment, and later on tools. Once the Industrial Revolution really kicked off, tools, but also for grinding corn, milling corn or wheat to make flour. And that, along with the fact that, especially when the Industrial Revolution kicked off, just a few miles over in that direction, you have kind of Barnsley, Rotherham. So that's where the major coal seams were. And then you also had supplies of iron ore around here as well. So that's all you needed for making steel. And later on, when you had chromium, for making stainless steel. But you can discover all that if you ever visit Sheffield, or even if you just go on the internet. But certainly if you visit Sheffield and you go to Kelham Island Museum, you see so much information about the history of the city, manufacturing in the city, etc. Yeah. Now, it's a Monday. Imagine what it was like yesterday out here. I mean, basically, you're walking along here and it's almost like the high street in any city centre. There's that many people walking along it and doing whatever they're doing. The other thing I would say for anybody who's kind of doing any kind of long distance walking on an uneven surface where you're having to maybe drop down maybe a foot, 18 inches, a couple of feet, or even pull yourself up over a rock that might be 18 inches high. I would suggest that you actually do some squats. Try doing squats so that you're giving that. It's not just the exercise of your legs going backwards and forwards and building up your cardiovascular. It's also about the strength in your thigh, in your thigh muscle, to be able to push up. If you've got to really push yourself up onto a quite a high step. If you can imagine climbing a normal set of stairs and how tough that might be. Well, if you increase the size of each stair by another, or each step by another 6 inches or so, or even by an extra foot, and then try and push yourself up on that. That's kind of the difficulty that we're talking about. Don't know if that makes sense. Oh, just as I get here, they stop flying. Maybe because the wind's dropped again, I'm not sure. Yeah. No, this is promising though. So we've got a lot of old heather here, but you can see between, you see this new green growth here. This is new heather coming up. So that is quite promising, that the heather seems to be regenerating itself, because there's nothing really in flower here at all. Now I don't know if this has been burnt back at some point, because there is a controversy over heather burning. But yeah, at least there is some kind of regeneration here. And then we got bilberry mixed in amongst the heather. Oh, it looks like he's wanting to take off. Hopefully I'll be able to see that. Helicopter up there. Don't know if that's mountain rescue. Oh, the size of that. Wowzer. That wind certainly whips him around there. Incredible. Wow. Well, coming down. Just seem to get entangled very easily. There is a slight breeze, but I'm not sure if it's strong enough to provide the lift. I'll just walk over here. What I might have to do is, how long has this video gone on for? 24 minutes. Might have to just record as a separate video the taking off at some point. Oh, I didn't realise that I've got to go back that way. I didn't realise that it was as uphill as that. A little wander over to here. stand back from the edge. Oh. Heading north. If he's got a camera, the views from up there are going to be absolutely incredible. Oh, he's going up again, catching that thermal again. And then he seems to be dropping down into the valley. Right, okay, I'm going to finish that here now. Just leave you with to a view down this path to the car park. So again, if you've enjoyed this little walk today, please like, share, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.